Hi there, Capricorn. Thank you so very much for your patience with this reading. It is your mid-June reading. Of course, the energy is fluid, so it may permeate a little before the 15th of the month and after the 30th. Okay. Capricorn. I almost said Gemini. All right. I'm hearing subjugation for you. Okay. As I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, I was getting this feeling of confronting what has remained in the shadow space. What has remained in the shadow space of our subconscious, or what has literally remained in the shadow space. We have here the base of the thickest stack, right in the middle, the Hermit. Okay. And the feeling I'm getting with this card is one of cloudiness, a sort of cloudy, a haze around our vision, our perception of the outside world, what is around us, the possibilities. And perhaps it's been a state of remaining within the cycles of rumination, of trying to come to the point of clarity through the fog. And I'm getting like counting sheep, biding your time. What I'm getting for you, I almost said Sagittarius, okay, is it's like this tick tock. I'm hearing maintaining, holding the fort, even if it keeps you in a state of this perpetual sort of rumination. It's like from whatever this room is, I'm imagining you in this room or this almost like this cell, and you are you understand that remaining within this space in some shape or form, right, holds you from your potential, but also, right, is necessary for you to formulate what comes after this space, what comes after this chapter, right? And so what I'm getting is that you are taking advantage of whatever this time is, and you have been taking advantage of whatever this time is and has been. And I'm hearing conflict of character. We have here the Father of Swords in reverse, overlaying the Five of Cups in reverse, who is forming a sort of angularity, okay, with Mother of Pentacles and Father of Cups. Okay, Mother of Pentacles overlaying Father of Cups. This can be two parties. Okay, this can be two parties, and it's a question of how do I split the deck? We're all so different. We've all got our ways. We've all got our opinions, right? We have our ways of going about matters at hand. And how can I, where I am right now, right, with my free range and capacity to take hold of matters in the situation at hand, change the predicament, reinvigorate what has been. It's almost like there's this feeling of a standstill, gridlock. But the question is, how do we bridge the gap? How do we bridge the gap? I feel that both parties want this. It's just simply a question of how. And so, we see a lot of characters here, Capricorn, for you. A lot of characters, right? Father of Swords, Mother of Pentacles, Father of Cups. And this looming decision that speaks to you, and only you, and only what you can do, and what is right for you, and what drives you. And it's the recognition that the action that you take, right, and the impetus that you act on takes you somewhere, leads to something, creates a new world, the next chapter. And it's all by way of this initial stand, right? The strike that we take. And so it becomes a question of understanding the potential of my actions. Where do I want to lead us? And the vision I'm getting for you is almost as if, right, you're in a room and it's so busy and there are so many people and it's a commotion, right? But there's somewhat of a there's like a tension in the air looming, and you are standing in the room observing everything and everyone, right? Almost as if you are outside of it, right? An onlooker, not involved directly, right? Almost invisible even, and you're just observing. And then, right, within this time that's taken to analyze, right? Very much that hermit-like energy, Virgo's card. You realize that this analysis, right, is not just for the sake of, right? It's not popcorn in a movie. It's like this period of time is speaking to a discernment, right, that I am to come to, and it's the discernment of action. What is it that I ultimately want to do? And I just see you, right? It's like this thinking and this ruminating and this visualizing even, and this awareness transforms into stark action, right? It's just this outburst. Not that it would be an outburst, but in terms of the contrast between, right, the silence. I see you just in silence, looking off yonder, right? And then speaking, right? So internal rumination, right? How does that transform into externalized decision? And the clarity that comes by way of that speaks to whatever this new beginning is that you feel is on the frontier, that everyone feels is on the frontier. Everyone, right? Of course, general reading, so it may pertain differently to everyone, right? But there is, right, a sort of collective understanding that we're all in this boat together. And we're all, right, moving in the same direction, more or less. And, right, how are we going to steer the ship? Are we going to dock it? Are we going to, right, anchor it? Right? And step onto land? Where does this, I'm hearing, life lead us? Where does this chapter end? And then where does it begin? But there's a world of possibilities, Capricorn, and you are taking your time to really think about all the possibilities. And you're recognizing your place within that creative process. You're recognizing that it must sustain you as an individual. Absolutely, right? And in many ways, on many levels. And it's been a decision that you've been, I'm hearing, dreaming about, thinking about for quite some time, knowing that the time would come eventually where you'd be making the decision, where you would, right, need to come to the stark clarity of what has been otherwise a feeling, a knowing, a hankering feeling, right, of, I know I gotta make a decision about this. Something about the situation, there's a gridlock, and I want movement, and I want change, and I want progress. And I know that action, right, it's not just enough to think about it. Two of Swords, air, intellectual, rational mind. It's not just enough to think about it. Ultimately, right, I must act on it. And in order to act on it, I have to really feel it. I have to really feel what I'm creating. And I have to have that vision so solid, so crystallized. Right? Mind, body, soul. And that is the focus that you're getting into. Right here. Hermit. Base of the stack. Right? Totally removed from the situation, but so intently focused on it. And so, right, you have two aces. You have the Ace of Wands and you have the Ace of Swords. Right next to Judgment. So, you understand that coming out with whatever this truth is, coming out with whatever your personal truth is, right, will mean displacement from this state of simply observing, simply understanding, right, perceiving, to experiencing, changing, shifting, realities, paradigms, perceptions of people, place, time, things. You're shifting galaxies, Capricorn. This is worlds apart, right? Where you are, where you're going. And you know that. You know that. Again, you realize the possibilities. Absolutely you do. And I feel that that's why you're taking your time with this decision. You don't want it to be reckless, haphazard, right? Just acting on a whim. You have all three, you have three elements here present. I would even go so far to say four, especially because you have the Two of Pentacles right next to this Two of Swords. So, Pentacles, even this, right, looks like a pentacle. Swords, air. Looks like a blazing moon, fire, water. So there's something here about the absolute recognition that everything is within the realm of possibility, right? When you step into your role as creator of your reality. And it's the connecting to the fire, the flame, the spark, the drive of what drives this magician to get on stage every morning, every show, and do its thing, right? What drives the magician, right? Like, you know, before the show and backstage, the magician is in its room, powder room, or however they call it, right? And he's just getting all pumped, all excited. I love these tricks. They're gonna love this one. I can't wait to see the look on those kids' faces when I pull that bunny rabbit out. Right? It's that zest for your craft, what you do, that spins this wheel. And it's the aha moment that you come to of, what is my driving force through it all? What lights me up? So I can provide that same magic for others. for the world. So, it's very exciting, Capricorn. You're just on the brink of a brand new reality, okay, that is, I'm hearing shifting paradigms for you, okay. And so, yes, you have here Daughter of Swords on another very thick stack off in the corner, okay. Daughter of Swords in reverse, overlaying the High Priestess upright, overlaying Justice upright, 2 major arcana in a row, significant energies. And High Priestess is looking over at the 2 cats on the Justice card. So air energy sandwiching this very strong expression of water energy, intuition, spiritual connection, right? Mind, body, soul. I'm hearing mighty I am presence. Okay. So there's something here about the junction, okay, between the intellectual rational mind, right, by which we ruminate, by which we perceive, by which we discern, right? 2 of Swords. And the hub of the decision-making process, the navigating force, again, the driving force of what drives us to even make the decision, to want to make the decision. Soul, purpose, path, calling. I'm getting that for a number of you. I'm hearing starseed for a number of you. Okay. Now I'm hearing transmission, transcription. I believe I was getting the same sort of energy for you, Capricorn, in your last reading. Something about trans. So, something about translation. Okay. Something, shifting paradigms, alternate realities, 2 worlds coming together, making peace even. I'm hearing that. So, it may pertain differently to everyone, right? General reading. But I'm getting for a number of you as well, this may even be a sort of societal shift. I'm hearing shift, groupthink. How do we merge, meld, bring these 2 worlds together, right? Where they are so vastly different, so to speak, but inherently connected by the same source. High Priestess. The glue, right? The glue. So where there is, I'm hearing dishevelment of some kind, right? Where there is a feeling of being at odds, okay, with perhaps even how others perceive a certain situation, right? Reflective. I'm very reflective. There is this coming back down to the very core of you, of us all, the collective, and what, right, inspires us to create. What inspires us to create, Capricorn? I almost said Sagittarius again. So if you know Sagittarius, if you have a Sagittarius rising, ascendant, or moon sign, then you may want to check that video out. I haven't done Sagittarius quite yet, so I don't know where that overlap may be, but nonetheless, if you feel that it may apply, you may want to check that video out. All right, but right, it all comes down, right, internally, right, yet again, which is interesting because, right, we have this internalized energy of the Hermit that is ruminating on its action, right? Externalization, this flame flickering above its shell, right? It's like idea generating, brainstorming, ruminating. I'm hearing transmission, transmutation, transference of fire, of action, propelling force. So there's something, right, about externalization and internalization, and the merging of those two worlds, those two realities on many levels, right? And again, it's like you, me, as an individual, as part of the collective. What is my part? What is my personal responsibility to take the action that compels me? That compels me. Because me doing my part, right, serves the greater collective. And I want to step into that role as creator. And I want to inspire others to do the very same. You're very passionate about this Capricorn. You recognize that the world is waiting. I'm hearing for your gifts to be shown. So it's about, right, yet again, bringing it from right behind the curtain, behind the stage, to the fore. And as I say that, I'm zeroing in on the Four of Swords, which mirrors this Two of Swords, which is sandwiching the Two of Pentacles. So we see this uprising, this desire, this rumination on how is it that I break free. I'm hearing break free from even my own state and cycle of rumination, so I can pursue this divine spark. Right? And we see that personified in a way by the sun on the third eye chakra area of this lamb, right? Which can kind of be seen similarly to this blazing moon. So there's the dissection of a dream, the dissection of a goal, a purpose, right? Seeing it esoterically, but then also seeing it practically. And the merging it again of those two realities and realizing that ultimately it's the flight that you're taking. It's the stand that you're taking, the action that you're taking. It's your magic show, Capricorn. And we all play a part, right? We all play a part. And what I'm getting for you is that release. Especially, I'm getting for a number of you, any physical sort of, I'm hearing energetic brainwaves, okay, but whatever that may mean to some of you, but physical, I'm hearing physical location, okay, it's like you may recognize that I may need to change my environment in such a way, right, where I am able to recognize myself within the environment even. Where I'm not just an onlooker or a bystander, right? I am integrated into the fabric of that community, environment, that world, and I see my place in it, and I feel, right? I feel my purpose there. I see the fruits of my labor, even. That's what I'm hearing for a number of you, where my environment is conducive. But perception of self within environment is integral. I'm getting that as well. Okay, for you. I almost said Sagittarius again. So if you know Sagittarius, if you have a Sagittarius rising, sun, or moon sign, you may absolutely want to check that video out. But I'm hearing where one road crumbles, another begins. Okay, and so, right, you pulled two fours. Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Ah, you also pulled the Four of Cups. Four of Cups. Overlaying the world. Okay, there is absolutely, Capricorn, a frontier, okay, that comes by way of the taking down of our boundaries, our borders, our border lines, whatever holds us held within, right? Holds us in suspension. We must release even ourselves from the perception of ourselves in that kind of world. Our perception of the suspension. Shifting to the dream. What is my vision of freedom as I'm hearing it? What is my desire to create that for myself? Me, myself, and I. Right? Where I could look at myself in the mirror right before I go on stage as the magician of my magic show, right? A bustling audience awaiting you, right? Looking at myself in the mirror and accepting the stage. Saying, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready for this. I'm hearing, let me show them what I've got. And so, it may require of you, right, to change stages. Where you were right, in a certain kind of theater house. There's the thinking of, is this really where I want to perform? Is this it? Or, right, are there broader horizons and pastures that are calling me? It requires of you to take the absolute stand, Capricorn. Ace of Swords. Perhaps with a fire sign, Emperor, mirroring the Ace of Swords. This may be also a decision that's made in regards to a position that you have held, okay, or in regards to finances. I'm also getting that for a number of you. But you're on the threshold of this change, Capricorn, and it's a matter of how do I take this old stage set down and right? What's the next stage that I want to move to, right? And begin performing at, and what, right, will be that performance that really not only speaks to the audience, right, but speaks to me, mind, body, soul. Again, me as an individual, right, as in a way part of the audience, connected to the audience, and yet, right, unique in my relation to the audience. So perception is key here. Perception is key here. And as much as you can, transmute energy from the past that is held in the mind, right? The energetic archives, perception of self, self-talk, and any emotions that accompany that sort of pattern of thinking is the portal to this new world that you understand, you create, only you can create for yourself and others. All right, Capricorn, it's so exciting. I hope you have a beautiful June. Feel free to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. For example, I know I resonate a lot with my moon sign, even more than my sun sometimes. It depends. So if you don't know your signs, you can click the link below in the description box that I provide, and that will compute them for you. All right, Capricorn, thank you so very much again for tuning in, for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions. I'm so very touched by all the light and the love that you emanate into this grand universe. All right, so enjoy June, and I will see you soon. Bye.